saying Jehovah.
What's going on, YouTube? How you doing? How you doing? First and foremost, man, I want to give a big salute to everyone that support my channel. And like I always say, I will always be thankful and humble for that. And happy Memorial Day. Shout out to the family, man. That's our day. We created this day. And I just want to give praises and thanks to the veterans, to the people that still currently serving our country. Without y'all, I would not be able to talk crazy to people on social media. So thank y'all for that. And I salute y'all also. And before we get started, please hit that subscribe button for your boy. Please hit that subscribe button for your boy. Now, Ghana, Africans, everything that they do, they always want to crowbar themselves to anything that we have going on. Now, I'm pretty sure y'all been seeing these, especially Ghanaians or these people from Ghana, trying to crowbar themselves into Juneteenth. Why are they doing that? Why are they so hyper fixated on just want to join everything that we have, or just want to be a part of everything we have, or just tether and add their own spin to what we have here in America? We don't do that towards the Africans. When Africans have their little thing going on, we don't participate and try to add our culture to their stuff. We respect their culture. We make sure that, hey, y'all eat fufu and a goosey over there. Y'all eat that slimy okra over there. That's cool. That's y'all stuff. And matter of fact, when we go there, we participate in y'all stuff. And some of these African holidays they have here. We don't do stuff like that. But why do they have the need to insert themselves into Juneteenth? Now, I know we've been talking about that Ghana situation where they're going to be celebrating Juneteenth in Ghana. I did a video on that. Now I'm seeing that they always do this, y'all. So we talk about this every year. And the Africans are putting their culture into our culture in Juneteenth here in the States. Let me start with the ones in the States, because that's what kind of irked me the most. Now, there's a flyer going on. There probably be other flyers around here, but there's a flyer going around with some African dude. I think it's in Alabama somewhere. And he's throwing they having a Juneteenth festival, a Juneteenth party, or something Juneteenth themed out there in Alabama. And it seems like he's the face of it. And at the bottom of the flyer, got different African foods out there in Alabama. Now tell me, maybe somebody from Alabama can tell me this, but I'm from Mississippi. And this is why I want family. Just answer this question for me. Did your grandma and granddaddy, doing any event, let's say family reunion, doing any event during the family reunion, did you ever see a goosey, fufu, a cutout of a big head in your food, or anything like that? Was they feeding y'all that when you was coming up? That's what I want to know. Was there any African food at the family reunion? Somebody tell me that. Okay. What about the repast of a funeral? Did your mama and auntie have African food there? Did they have jollof rice there? Did they have a goosey there? Did they have that slimy okra there to feed at the repast after a family member passed away? Baby showers. Was there any African food at the baby shower, especially when two black Americans are getting married? Matter of fact, especially when a black American and a white person married, was there any African food there? Now, I can understand, a black American and an African getting married, and maybe the African family want to bring some of their food there. But just traditionally, overall, as a black American, have you ever seen African food at any of these events? For me, I'm going to say no. I can't speak for everybody. I understand the East Coast might have something different. You know what I'm saying? Maybe parts of the Northeast might have something a little different. Or even the West. But I know down South, especially Tennessee, Arkansas, Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, Georgia, maybe the Carolina, maybe North Florida, not South Florida, because we know South Florida got all the immigrants, but we didn't celebrate nothing like that, bro. That just wasn't in us. I didn't see African food at these places. I did. I'm going to tell y'all something. Reason why this irked me so much, because my mom used to cook, right? Don't make fun of me, y'all. But my mom used to love cooking like different dishes from different countries and stuff like that. Like Chinese, she'll do the Chinese rice. Mexican food, she'll do the tacos. What else she used to do? It was another European food. My mama cooked teas and crumpet before. Tea and peas and crumpet, whatever. She fixed some crumpet before. I'm like, man, what the hell is this? Peas and crumpet or beans? It was beans and crumpet, my bad. I'm like, Mom, what the hell is this? Why you got a circle toast and put some pork and beans on top of the toast, and you feeding us this for dinner? Is we going poor, mama? What daddy ain't paying the bills? Daddy lost his job. What daddy got going on that I need to know? Are y'all going through a divorce right now that you feeding me a bread and beans around this motherfucking shit? Oh man, this here shit, I just pissed myself off thinking about it. But my mom used to cook different things, like different foods from all over. Like even Brazilian food. My mother used to cook Brazilian food and things like they just trying it out just to try something. But the one thing my mama never cooked was African food. She never cooked anything African. She'll even do Caribbean food. My mama used to make some jerk chicken before she went vegan. My mama used to cook a mean jerk chicken back in the day. I ain't know what the hell it was. I thought it was just some spicy chicken that she just add some spices to it. But I later found out it was jerk chicken that my mom was cooking. But other than that, she never cooked African food. So my thing is this. I think it's highly disrespectful to see an African come here, put their culture on our culture. We don't do stuff like that. We just don't do stuff like that at all. And for them to do that, I think they doing that deliberately. I think they doing that on purpose. I think they don't respect us as Black Americans, or I think they seeing that this delineation movement is doing a lot to them. And they try to do everything they can to crowbar themselves into that. Now, I've talked to some FBAs, man. Some FBAs that's like hitting the streets and stuff like that. And they send cease and desist letters to some of these Africans, some of these Africans or Caribbeans that's doing stuff like this, so they can stop that. So they can stop stuff like that. I don't know what type of law or type of jargon they put in it, but they say, oh yeah, we're going to put a stop to this. This finna stop right now. And I ain't going to lie, I remember, was it last year or this year? It was something going on. I think it was something with Black History Month or something. I don't know what it was, but it was something happened. And they said cease and desist letters to these places where they were celebrating. It was something had to do with Black history or Black American history, but they put an African spin to it, and people start sending them letters to them, and you start seeing all them club flyers disappear off social media. So I just want to salute to them. I think Arthur Friedman is his name. Arthur Friedman, he's one of them, and another brother was telling me about some other thing that they were doing. But I think that's what we constantly have to do. That's just my personal opinion. And another thing that I saw, and I think I talked about this a while ago, where you have Ghana celebrating Juneteenth. I know I'm sounding like I'm all over the place, but I'm all connected at one. But you see Ghana celebrating Juneteenth right now. I think that's disrespectful. What the hell Ghana got to do with anything? Let's talk about Ghana for a minute. Ghana's still making money off these slave castles, these slave jails in Ghana right now. Ghana still has an issue that they can't even say, my bad, y'all, we sold some slaves and it's on us. Ghana still is gaslighting us to say, well, hey, y'all went to America. We're going to come to America and try to get these reparations, but we're going to do it for Ghana. But we're going to give y'all a salute, though. We're going to say, hey, shout out to the Black Americans. I know y'all went through a lot, but Ghana, we sold y'all, and we're going to go to America and get money for y'all. So basically, Ghana trying to double dip. But thank God, man, we got a government that's peeping the play. I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't want Ghana to get nothing. And the sad part about it, you got the Congressional Black Caucus going down there and celebrating that. See, most of the Congressional Black Caucus are tethers anyway. So they gonna go down there. They gonna spit on us anyway. Man, and any Black American going to Ghana to celebrate Juneteenth, that's treason, man. I hope our ancestors and your ancestors get the whooping on y'all out there. I hope while y'all out there in Ghana celebrating Juneteenth, when you supposed to be out here in Texas celebrating Juneteenth, I hope a mudslide happen. I hope a fire happen. I hope you get finessed by the police out there. I hope everything imaginable can happen to you, except unless you bring your kids. I don't want nothing to happen to your kids, but I hope your kids be cursed because you brought them out there. It got to be consequences and repercussions for these type of Black Americans that add more fuel to the fire and give these people in Ghana more nuts to do stuff like this. And it goes back to these Pan-Africans. See, these Pan-Africans got to go, y'all. That's why I shame them as much as possible when I see them online. That's why sometimes I make, matter of fact, maybe even after this, man, I'm going to make some TikTok videos going there, Pan-Africans this week. You know what I mean? Because these Pan-Africans need to be shamed. These Pan-Africans are very anti-black American. They don't like us. They upset with us because we no longer looking towards Africa as like Africa is the motherland. Nah, we the motherland. Africa just copying us. Africa is just one of them places. Y'all ever seen movies where somebody might act a fool in a country or another continent or something, and they'll banish them to a hellhole? That's what I think Africa is. I think Africa is a land of a banished people, land of lost souls, land of nothing. You get what I'm saying? I think Africa is a lost world. I'm sorry, y'all. That's just how I feel, man. And I think those people there are lost souls, man. I really do. Because there's no other black Americans, the only people around the world that still fight against white supremacy, and we're the most innovative people in the world. So that's my opinion, and I think that's a fact. You know, these Africans can't innovate nothing. These Africans still, they don't even know how to, like modify their homes or invent better homes. These people still staying in tents and huts and stuff. Staying in boo-boo villages and stuff like that. They still swimming in boo-boo water and pee-pee water. They ain't even thought of a way how to even fix the water system out there. They ain't even thought of a way how to build better housing out there and stuff like that. With all the woods out there, they got all the little resources they always brag to me about. They still can't think like, okay, how can we use these resources that we have to build better homes? Y'all still stay in stick homes. Our slave quarters still up to this day, and it's still better than y'all huts out there in Africa that y'all still living in to this day. Y'all use boo-boo to hold them houses up. We just better than y'all, man. I'm sorry. I know folks gonna say, well, Brian, don't say that, Brian. You know, they don't. Nah, it just even just thinking about this just pisses me off a lot. I ain't gonna lie, y'all. I don't like that, and I don't like how the CBC trying to. They doing something slick behind closed doors, man. They doing something slick for the Congressional Black Caucus to go out there to Ghana and celebrate Juneteenth. It's something they trying to do, man. It's something in the works that we don't know. I think, and I know it's gonna sound crazy, but I think the Trump administration is pausing a lot of this stuff from going on. But the Democrats was in power, it'll be a lot of slick, underhanded stuff going on that we don't know. And I think it's something deeper that these people are planning. I wish we had a plant inside these organizations that can tell us what's going on so we can be ready for it. Because we only know when it hit the news or some might leak out or they might make a mistake on putting something on the flyer. And we looking at it like, man, what the hell they mean by that? But we got to put a stop to this, man. And anybody that's celebrating Juneteenth across the country and they got African themed stuff up in there, man, we gotta put them on Front Street. We gotta drag them. Shit, we might even. Nah, I ain't gonna say that. They gonna say Nah, I ain't gonna say that. They ain't gonna say that. I was about to say something crazy. Then I get held liable for somebody crashing out one of these places. But we might have to do something similar to that. Cause I'm around here in Dallas. I know they're gonna have some stuff out here, and I'm going to the Juneteenth celebration out here. If I see anything African, I'm gonna approach the vendor, be like, "Why you got this African shit up here? Juneteenth ain't got nothing to do with you Africans." But anyway, what's y'all thoughts on it, man? Let me know. I love y'all and salute.
My heart was heavy, when my mind was tired. You walked into my shadows, lit a quiet fire. Brian Jehovah, you are the truth. Every word you speak cuts straight through. Brian Jehovah, carving my youth into something real, something new. Brian Jehovah, you are the truth. When the lies were louder than the voice inside, you wrote peace upon the Every word you speak cut straight